Hi, I'm Erin Evans, and this is a 50-minute Rocket Series class. They say that Rocket gets you there quicker. We start with standing work, we do some hand balances, followed by some back bends. So fix your clothes, get a sip of water, and meet me at the top of your mat. Giddy up, join me in samastitihi. Bring your feet together, let your arms hang long to the sides. Beginning to activate the Ujjayi pranayama, a slight restriction on the back of the throat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step walk, float back, eyes forward, lower. Spinal extension. Roll over the toes, push back, down dog. You can move the feet if you want a bit of movement for this first puppy, but eventually this is a place of total stillness. All 10 fingers claw into the floor. Completing your exhale, eyes forward, step walk, fly to the top. Lengthen, bow, stand tall, reach to the heavens, look up. Release the arms. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold, belly hollows. Lengthen. Step walk, float back, elbows brush the sides, lower. Spinal extension. Roll over the toes, push back, down dog. Feel the line from the hands to the hips, and then the line from the hips to the heels. Looking at the arches of the feet, if they look sad, start to press into the pinky toe edges to lift them up. Completing your exhale, eyes forward, feet forward. Lift your heart. Fold in. Stand tall, belly back. Release the arms. Last one, arms up. Fold in half. Lengthen. Step walk, fly, heels high, lower. Ride the inhale. Roll over the toes, push back, downward facing dog. Start to play with the extension of the hips up and back. The body's a little more receptive, it's warmer. Completing your exhale, eyes forward, feet forward. Lengthen. Fold in. Stand tall, reach high. Release the arms. Sit in your throne, Utkatasana. Uttanasana, fold. Ardha Uttanasana. Step walk, fly back, Chaturanga. Urdhva Mukha. Adho Mukha. Right foot steps, warrior one takes you up. Down, finger bones wide, elbows tight, lower. Go up, go back. Step your left foot forward, warrior one, up. Down, follow the rhythm of your breath, lower. And up, and back. Let everything land, the body, the breath. Let the heart slow. Completing your exhale, eyes forward, step, walk, float. Lengthen. Bow in. Bending into the knees, Utkatasana. Samastitihi. One more. Bend the knees, arms up. Fold in half, belly hollows. Lengthen. Feet back, collarbones broad, lower. Ride it up. Take it back. The right foot steps, warrior one, low hips, high heart. Hands down, step back, elbows tight. Big up and back. The left foot steps, warrior one, big inhale up. Down, hands to the earth, step back and lower. Big inhale. Big exhale lands you back in home base, downward dog. Take a peek at the kneecaps, make sure they're not knocking in, create some space in the thighs. Completing your exhale, eyes forward, feet forward. Lift the heart. Bow. Sit on your throne, Utkatasana to hold. Intertwine your fingers, press the palms up, eyes to the ceiling or eyes forward. Get a little bit curious about that natural curve of the lower back, especially with the knees bent. Rest your belly on your thighs, extend the palms forward, the back of the neck is long. So we're not going to crow yet, but we're already putting it in our mind's eye of what it might look like, what it might feel like. Bring your palms to the earth, Bakasana, crow pose. Some of you might have the good fortune of pressing all the way up. 2, 1. Step walk, float back, lower. Go up, go back. Step your right foot forward, Virabhadrasana A, warrior one to stay. Soften the mouth. Feel the back edge of the foot anchor as the hands extend up. Tip it forward, standing splits, fingertips to the earth, legs so high. Every inhale reaches the leg in the sky higher. Every exhale drops the chest. So we're not going there yet, but we're putting warrior two in our mind's eye so we can elegantly land in our posture. Inhale, lengthen. Step back, Virabhadrasana B, warrior two. Like you're looking at a sunset, the eyes are soft. We're not going there yet, but Ardha Chandrasana, half moon, we know what it looks like, what it feels like, and then we tip it forward and we fly. Hand to the hip, hand to the sky. You might even bend the leg in the sky, catch the foot. If the foot is all tangled up, untangle it and step back for Trikonasana, triangle pose. You could catch the big toe, you could pop up onto the fingertips. Feel the line from the wrist to the wrist. The eyes come down, the hands come down, twisted triangle. Take your left palm to the pinky toe edge, roll the heart open, eyes up, big wide open chest. This is a rhetorical question, but tell me about your back foot. The eyes come down, the hands come down, extended side angle. Walk the foot in and then thread the right arm underneath the right knee to catch a bind. Some of you might stay here. Some of you might work to birds of paradise, stepping to the top, standing up on the left leg and extending your leg up. Just as elegantly as you entered it, exit the same. Step down, step back. Untangle the arms, hands to either side of the front foot. Drop the knee, twisted side angle. Left arm reaches, it hooks, hands to prayer. They open, or maybe you catch a bind. Every exhale, take more. Rotate the spine, the heart, the eyes, the chin. Eyes down, untangle, hands to the earth, step back and lower. Ride the inhale. Roll over the toes, stretch back. Step your left foot forward, Virabhadrasana A, Warrior One. Like you're holding a dagger and you don't want it to penetrate your throat, you're reaching the arms up. Already in your mind's eye, you have standing split. We're not going there yet, but we want to know where we're headed. Tip it forward, standing split. Ask for more from the leg in the sky. Ask for more from the chin reaching to the shin. Place Warrior Two in your mind's eye and then inhale to lengthen, step back, land, arms wide. Gaze softly. Low in the pelvis, it is opposing sources right now, down through the legs and light and up through the heart. Half moon, tip it forward, anchor into the left fingertips, rise up. Hand to the hip, to the sky, or bend the knee, catch the ankle, lean back. Untangle the foot and ever so gracefully Trikonasana, step back. Catch the big toe or tent the fingers, extend the right arm up. The eyes come down, the hands come down, twisted triangle from the floor up. Bring the right palm to the pinky toe edge, roll it open, dig deep through the bottom hand. Eyes down, hands down, extended side angle, hop it back. Take the left hand inside the left foot. Some of you might take a bind. And some of you might fly, looking down for birds of paradise, stepping forward, anchoring into that right foot and standing up. Just as elegantly as you got in, let's get out. Step down, step back, untangle. Hands to either side of the front foot, drop the knee, twisted side angle, right arm up. Hook it over, and then you could thread it through to catch a bind, any variation of the posture. Every exhale rolls the heart, gets you a little bit more dynamic in the torso. The eyes come down, the hands come down, step back and lower. Ride it up, take it back. Option 1, child's pose. Option 2, drop to the forearms for dolphin and stay here. Option 3, forearm stand. You might choose to use a wall here. You could kick up. Reach your legs high, high, high. You can flex your outer glutes. Three, 2, 1. Exit just as elegantly as you entered. Stretching back, down dog. Completing your exhale, eyes forward, step, walk, fly. Lift your heart. Bow in. Reach to the heavens, look up. Release the arms. The Prasarita series, step out with the right. Slightly pigeon toe the feet, catch the waist. Inhale, lifts the sternum. And exhale, folds you down. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, bow. So some of you might have the good fortune of getting the head down. You might go upside down headstand. Some of you might stay as you are, and some of you might rise up into a handstand. If the feet are up, put them down. Inhale, lengthen. Catch the waist. Stand tall. Exhale. Arms float open. Catch the waist, squeeze the tips of the elbows together long through the front line, and then bow forward, head toward the floor. Feel the weight distribution through the feet, through the head. Big inhale takes you all the way up. Arms float open. Intertwine your fingers behind your back, lift your sternum and bow forward, Prasarita C. So the hands may never touch the floor, but if they do, you can start to utilize the pinky fingers as a balance sensor. Big inhale squeezes the thighs, takes you up. Arms go wide. Catch the waist. Lift your chin. Hands down the legs, catch the ankles or grip the toes for D. Big inhale lifts the heart. And big exhale takes you down. The crown of the head anchors, hands pull up, neck is long. Feel a pulling in of the inner thighs like your inner ankle bones spin toward one another. Inhale, find length. Release the hands to the earth for the middle splits or frog pose. So you could drop to the knees and find a 90-degree angle, or you slide down, feeling the inner edges of the feet on the floor. And then slowly maneuvering your way out of this to come into the splits facing the right. You could take half by dropping the back knee, straightening the front leg, or some of you might glide all the way down. maybe even extending the arms up. And then slowly returning to a lunge to pivot to face your other leg for Hanuman on the other side. Drop the knee. Again, the option is to straighten or the option is to sink. And then some of you might want to take your arms up. And then releasing the hands to the earth, take a lunge into the front knee and step to the top. Coming straight into Pashasana, so the knees knock forward, you could pop your heels. Take your left elbow, hook it over the right knee. You could work with a bind. You could work with your hands in prayer. You could even bind around your left knee joint. The eyes come forward as you untangle, moving to the other side. So it's either a prayer, a bind around both knee joints, or a bind around one of the knee joints, sealing the line of the legs together, gazing over the left shoulder. The eyes come forward, untangle, a vinyasa any way you like. So you might pop up to a little handstand to go through, and then stepping, walking, floating back and lowering. Ride it up, take it back. So some of you might want to enter these from headstand. We're entering the hand balances, step, walk, float to the top. If you're entering from headstand, watch this girl, she'll show you how. Pivot the knees to face your left, your right, I mean. Hook your elbow over your knee. Lift the feet up off the floor. The knees are bent or the legs are straight. 3, 2, 1. Release the posture and then move to the opposite side. Pivot the knees, tuck your elbow in nice and tight, and then tip it forward, maybe bent legs, maybe straight legs. Releasing this posture, knees through center, lengthen. Bow. Lengthen. Step, walk, float back, lower. Ride it up. Take it back. Step, walk, float to the top. Another variation of side crow. Pivot the knees to face the left. You can repeat what you've just done, or you flare the legs. The ticket is to lift your hips high. Snuggle in tight. Find the pose. Bring your knees together, lower the feet, switch sides. Pivot them, find a deep connection, tip it forward, fly. Bring your knees together, release the feet. Inhale, lengthen. Bow. Lengthen. Step, walk, float. Lower. Ride it up. Take it back. Again, headstand or handstand. Flying pigeon. Ricky will show you the first option, which is a figure 4. I'll show you headstand, and Carolyn will show you from handstand. So setting our head on the ground or setting our feet on the ground, take your right shin and wrap it over your left. Make a figure 4 shape with the legs. Maybe you stop where Ricky is. Maybe you plant the palms and fly. Maybe you tuck the foot around the tricep and fly. 2. 1, release the head to the earth or untangle, switch the legs. Take your other foot, cross it over. If you're in a figure 4, stay there. Maybe bring the hands to the earth. If you're upside down, fold it in and fly. Lift high, high, high. And then releasing the posture and meet me in a downward dog. So however you want to vinyasa, find your vinyasa. Eyes forward, come all the way through to a seat. Crown Chasana. Take the right leg, tuck it back. Lift your left leg up. So some of you might catch under the quad, under your calf, or all the way around the foot. Inhale to lengthen. Release either one-legged crow or extend your legs out in front or take a regular vinyasa. Tipping it forward, picking it up, letting the legs land. Ride it up. Take it back. Eyes forward and meet me in a seat. Take your left leg, tuck it back. Take the right leg, find the grip you love, and bow in. Find length. Release for one-legged crow or a vinyasa, or stay just the way you are for one more hand balance. Feet back, go up, go back. So some of us will enter this from seated, Ricky will. I'll enter it from headstand, and Carolyn's gonna enter it from headstand, or handstand, Ashtavakrasana, 8-limb staff pose. So taking your right leg and wrapping it around your right elbow. Catch it nice and high, and then cross your ankles, lean forward, pick it up. Either a vinyasa out or returning the way that you were. So if you're working from a seat, come through to a seat, take your left thigh, wrap it around your left tricep, and then cross your right ankle and transition Ashtavakrasana. Untangle, come back the way you came. Urdhva, Adho. Eyes forward, and then drop down onto the knees for hero's pose. Move the flesh of the calves, sit back, and close your eyes. You could read it in a book, or I could tell you, but a real yogi asks, what happened just there? What are the effects of a bunch of hand balances? Are you invigorated, fatigued, excited? Maybe stay just the way you are, or maybe descend back for sleeping hero's pose. Feel the inner thighs squeeze toward one another, and this is going to be something we'll add into our back bends. So just get familiar with that squeezing in sensation. And then slowly rising all the way up. The option is a child's pose and then a crow and then a jump back, or a headstand for 5 breath, crow for 5 breath, and a vinyasa back. So you decide what's in your best interest. You could always come up, come down. Notice how the weight is distributed through the head, the hands. Feel the elbows hugged together. Bakhasan, crow. Take a little fold in the knees, pull it in nice and tight, snuggle in, lift up, 5. Push the earth away, stay with me, 3, 2, 1. Fly back, lower. Ride it up, take it back. Drop down onto the knees for 2 ustrasanas, 2 camel poses. If you want to go deeper at any point, feel free. Catching the lower back, start to manipulate the pelvis forward. You might take your ankles, or you might glide your hands to the backs of your knees and go down. And then squeezing the thighs together, come up. Option 1, child's pose. Option 2, vinyasa. Last one, lower down onto the knees. Anything you love. Catch your back, tailbone goes forward, and start to take your way back. Yogi's choice. And then slowly finding the exit door. Vinyasa, and meet me on your back. Lower, ride it up, take it back. Take a beat, settle, feel the back of the legs, the lower back. Eyes forward through to a seat and onto your back. 3 back bends. So you could do little bridge, you could take full wheel. Walk it in and rise all the way up. Feel the inner thighs hug together. Feel the chest reach to the back. Come all the way down. You could rest on your head or come all the way down. Take a moment. Regroup. Rise back up. Little bridge, full wheel. Squeeze the armpits. Come all the way down, take a moment. Last one, up. You got this. Squeeze the inner thighs together, reach the sternum upward. Feel length in the lower back. And all the way down. Tuck your knees to your belly. Again, you could read it in a book, or you could genuinely ask yourself, what's the effects of back bends? Rocking all the way up to a seat for Paschimottanasana, a forward bend. I like this one to be gentle, so let the spine drop like a necklace of pearls. Like you could remove any of the tension in the spine that's just built up. and rising all the way up. And coming all the way down onto the back for shoulder stand, Sarvangasana. So coming down onto the back, and then extending the legs to the sky. So this might be where you stop. Some of you might reach those legs up, catch the upper back, and send the legs to the sky. Feel a subtle internal rotation of the upper leg bones. Five more big breath, reach high. And gently reach the toes overhead, coming into Halasana. If the toes touch the floor, intertwine the fingers like Prasarita C, and then anchor into the pinky fingers as you flex your pelvis up. Moving into deaf man's pose, bend the knees, block out the sounds of my voice, of the world. And then rising all the way up through Sarvangasana and coming into a diamond shape with the legs or a lotus shape with the legs. And then depending on the shape, the hands reach up as you extend up, knees down. And then tucking the knees in toward the belly, maybe wrap the hands all the way around your legs. Embryo posture. Untangle this posture to come all the way down onto your back for Matsyasana, fish pose. Catch your toes, reach your knees to the earth, long line, belly to the chin. Higher heart. And then extending the legs, let the palms touch. Big, beautiful line, toes to hips, hands to heart. Untangle. Come down and rock all the way up into a seat for headstand. So some of you may need a wall. Feel free to set yourselves up on a wall. We'll take a traditional stance. So bring the elbows to the ground. Intertwine the fingers. The pinky fingers should be free. And then the crown of the head goes down as we slowly walk ourselves in to lift our legs one day in unison. If you're not quite there, you could put blocks under your feet to work that lift. The ticket to the lift is the bottom over top of the shoulders. Some of you might lift right up into a headless headstand. Moving into a pike, take your bottom to the back, take your feet forward. So you want to take it into a shape that allows balance, keeping in mind the farther back the bottom goes, the easier it is to find the sweet spot. And then rise all the way back up. And then we'll do 3 leg lifts, and you could opt out of this and come out. Otherwise, we'll come down, just about touch our toes on the ground, and let them float all the way back up. 2 more times, go down, go up. You're welcome. 1 last time, go down, go up. Take a moment, be sure that you're settled there in your alignment, and then come all the way down into child's pose. Take it back. Take an inhale. Let everything fall away. Rising all the way up, coming forward for a vinyasa. Lower. Ride the inhale. Roll over the toes, push back. Eyes forward all the way through to a seat. Coming into a cross-legged, a half lotus, or a full Padmasana. The final 3 poses, they say, the most important. Taking the hands behind the back to catch opposite elbows, or if you have the good fortune of catching the toes, bow forward. Symbolic of a seed. Rise all the way up. Untangle the arms, touch the thumb, the first finger together, the back of the neck is long. And then opening the eyes to pick it up for 10 or 100 breaths. We'll just do 10 today. Press the palms into the earth, pick it up, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, I'm not tired of you, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release your bottom, taking a vinyasa and meeting me on your back for Shavasana. Tip it forward, fly, go up, go back. Shift your weight to plank, come onto your belly and roll over onto your back. Drape the shoulders under the back so the palms flip open. Take a big inhale. One more. Let go of all effort. We practice yoga for so many reasons. One very important reason is to know ourselves better. Begin to deepen your breath. And bring movement to your fingers, your toes, your wrists, your ankles. Stretch the arms long overhead, big long line. And then tucking the knees toward the belly to roll to the right. And then gently rising to a comfortable cross-legged seat. And bring your hands together in front of your heart. And close your eyes and bow your chin. A moment to say thank you for putting your highest self first. In honor of how far you've come in every aspect of your life and all the excitement that is yet to come, bow the chin even deeper. This life is a beautiful game, and you get to decide how you want to play it. Lifting your eyes and your heart, thank you for practicing with me. Namaste.